Yeah, we should be live, as it seems, once again. Patrick Shava says, hello, Art. Hope all is well. Everything is well, thanks. Hope the same for you. Dallas Taylor's now say, yo, OTHMARiUS. Hope you had a nice 2 weeks. I did so. I'm gonna talk about this later in a second. Guys, I'm gonna be with you. Just checking out the settings here. Everything looks fine. Okay. Let's do this. Let's get started here.
OTHMARiUS Magic. Like and subscribe.
Yo, Aaron J just hits us with what's up, card people. What's up, card Aaron J? I am excited being back live, guys. Today is going to be a super mellow, a super laid back, super casual session. It's all totally MiSCELLANY. What a chapter, what a weird chapter. I didn't really know what to expect. And I must tell you guys, honestly, this chapter didn't resonate so much with me. We're going to talk, of course, about some of the topics suggested in this chapter. Some ancient stuff in here. Some things might be good to know. I want to point out. I want to talk about especially, or go over 3 topics, and that would be here the pass. Yeah. This little tip they're giving to perform the pass at the table. I would love to talk about this a little bit. And then there is this little thing where it says second deal aid. I want to talk about that too, just because I put up this little tutorial on proper dealing techniques, and I think this would perfectly fit here to go a little bit deeper into this thing here on the basis of what's said in the book. And then there's of course the Chalier Shuffle, which is like a classic classical move in card magic, which I'm not sure if I ever really used this one, but we're gonna look at this. It's a quite handy move, and then we get this peeling card stuff, and as I figured out on our Discord channel that we got a tutorial by who's the guy? He is where is this tutorial? Just saw it the other day. Let me see. Dude, where is this tutorial? Yeah, by Maximax, Dr. Max DD PhD in card peeling. He got a tutorial up and running on a technique we learn here in the book. Maybe we take a peek into this tutorial. It's gonna be fun, I wonder. How are you guys? I hope you are up and well. All systems running. As you know, there we go with Van Wit. You're still with us with the little Mimi. Turn the music a little down. So I wasn't in town for about a week with my other job. Took a little break from all the YouTube world and also cards. Didn't practice a lot in the time. And then when I came back, there was about a week where I had to do where I was a little busy with the project I'm having with my partner, with my girlfriend, selling beautiful art tile works, and so I was just taking 2 weeks off, and when I came back today, I was confronted once again with a little YouTube drama. That's right. There's this guy Louis Rossmann, who's quite big on YouTube with over 1 million subs, and he's kind of fighting for the good in the world, and he's always ranting when something is not as it's supposed to be, or could just be better. You know, I believe he has a repair shop in New York City, and he kind of gained a lot of attention when he was getting really into the fight for the right to repair. You know, because some tech companies, they, I don't know, try to, you know, block free repair shops or independent repair shops repairing their tech, and there seems to be a big fight going on in the States. And the guy is kind of involved, and somehow I just, you know, followed this channel because of that. And today he talked about that YouTube changed the ad system, its ad system, and what they did is they basically would automatically put mid-roll ads in all the videos of everybody who just didn't say no, who missed the memo. So I looked at my channel and I realized that all of my videos longer than 8 minutes would have mid-roll ads, which is something I just didn't wanted them to have, because especially for an educational channel, if you're in the middle of a tutorial and you're following, you know, some lecture or some instructions, and you're trying to, you know, you're totally focused on what's going on, and then in the middle of it, an ad pops out. It's extremely frustrating, and I just didn't want to give that to anybody, you know. And so YouTube just did that automatically. So I just went to my back end, and then I just canceled all mid-roll ads on all of my videos, which luckily YouTube implemented a way of doing this quite easily. It was a couple of clicks, but I'm super glad I realized that this actually happened, because otherwise I would have never realized, because usually you don't go back to your videos and then you check in on how they are monetized. You know, if you once just said I want to have an ad in front or in the back, and you don't expect ads popping up in the middle of your videos, which they did then for a month or something. And of course, you know, there's this kind of, you know, special relationship. We got going with YouTube, so whenever something like this happened, of course, I'm immediately triggered, you know, and I just like, what did they do? When I saw it, because there's this title of the video by Lewis, like the YouTube is gonna kill itself with doing stupid shit like that or something, I don't know. And I was like, what did I do now? What did I do now? So I started my morning coughing with a little YouTube rage and rant, but everything's settled now, everything's nice and fine, and I'm glad we are all here together for the card magic. So we got Chris van der Wiel coming in saying yo, and then we got Ivan. Is it Ivan? Hello, Ivan. You know, Ivan is back in the house. I'm turning out from Canada. Thank you for your videos; they are very helpful. You're very welcome, Chris. Okay, I'm doing this again. Right. So you're tuning in, right? Not tuning out. That's good. So it's from Canada. That's nice. That's nice. Welcome to the show. I'm broadcasting from Berlin. It's about 8 p.m. Mid-European time. Do you call it like that? I believe it's GMT +2 in the summer. I'm not even quite sure. Plus 2 or what? +1. Anyway, and we are in the middle of a walkthrough this year, walking through this beautiful book here, Expert Card Technique by Jean Hugard and Frédéric Braue. And since this book is not didactically organized, for example, if you compare it with Royal Road to Card Magic, I just, you know, kind of went, if you jump between the chapters and so on. And so now we are here pretty much at the end of the book, and the chapter MiSCELLANY, which is kind of, you know, some bonus, it feels like some bonus material they just throw in there pretty much at the end of the book, before they go over just huge topics, misdirection and presentation. And we already talked about those chapters in previous streams. By the way, anybody new to the show, I have usually all my material organized in playlists. And I've got this linked in the info cards and as well down in the info box. However, not in this video because they changed the live stream back end, and you cannot in advance now add info cards there. And I'm just way too lazy to after the session to put these info cards there. It's just so the links to all relevant videos to this live stream and to, the whole series, you will find links in the info box. Love Kovic says, glad you got your YouTube ad problem fixed. Good for you. Yeah, that's great. Also great. I mean, Lewis was ranting over that you would have to go manually through every video, but that was just a mistake. You can do this in a, I don't know, collective thing, but still, it was quite upsetting in the moment because YouTube kind of informed the community or the users, but with an email or something which I never read and got. So I would have expected if they do something like this, if they would have just found a more direct way, you know, to brief me or to give me a choice in that manner, you know, to say like we want to put mid-roll ads and quite a lot actually in the center of your videos, of every video you ever uploaded which is longer than 8 minutes. Do you agree? You know, I would have liked that somewhere in my back end where I could say, wait, let me think about this, right? And not just doing it and then you just find this accidentally. And I don't even want to speculate about the reasons about this or for this, because it was running for about, I don't know, like August now, so kind of 25 days or something, and I did not see any changes in my revenues. Like it's pretty much the same low level of ad revenues coming in. So it, in my case, it probably just created a worse user experience. You know, I mean, you watch a video and then there comes an ad, and then you're in the middle of a video which is 8 minutes long, and you want to learn something, and there you got hit with another ad, and maybe with 2 more ads. It's like it's totally annoying. By the way, not to go deeper into this, I'm just I haven't
apply some pressure.
I have not how do you say this? Talked about this web browser. Here, this web browser you've seen, that's the Brave web browser, and I'm using this now for almost 2 years. It's a web browser that comes with a built-in ad blocker and with a high privacy standards, probably one of the highest privacy standards. You gotta go into the deep web to have a higher privacy standards, probably. And also this comes with a crypto wallet and a special system for displaying ads, and a financial system with this cryptocurrency. It sounds more complicated than it actually is, and right now I'm even too lazy to explain this. I just want you to know, if you guys looking for a nice browser which is very fast, which has a slick appearance and works very stable, and it blocks all ads and everything else that tries that's going to be uploaded when you browse the web. This is a very nice choice, and also this offers, if you want to, you know, spend a little bit of your time getting into the whole crypto world. It's not a big deal. I mean, I'm a tech noob actually, so I managed it, and you can easily kind of use this web browser to support financially support your favorite content creators, cutting out all middlemen. It's a great thing. You will find an affiliated link in the info box again, where you can download this web browser for free, and if you use it for 30 days, I get I don't know, $5 or plus minus in this cryptocurrency this browser is working with, which is called Basic Attention Token, which is becoming more and more a something people looking at in the crypto world, at least the way I follow it. I highly recommend this browser. I like this. I use this very much. Maybe just let me show you this here a little bit. If you go to a YouTuber, let's go here to Dallas Taylor. We're going to talk Dallas Taylor on Discord. You shared your practice session here. We're going to take a look at this in a moment. But let's say I'm watching a video by Dallas Taylor. It's one of my favorite content creators and so on. And here up in the right corner here up there, let me enlarge this. You find this little diamond thing, and when I click this, I will get this window where it tells me that I can add the guy to an optimized system where I decide in the back end of the browser I want to spend, I don't know, 15 rocks a month, and the percentage I'm watching Dallas, he gets his cut of this 15 rocks. Or I just go and I tip him with a certain amount. And as you can see, I've got here in this, this is basically the wallet of the browser. I got here a certain amount of these basic attention token in a value of $23 US right now. And so I easily could now tip Dallas Taylor any amount which is in my wallet, you know, and it goes right there. It's right there. So it's a really nice system, and it really hands out how you say a lot of responsibility back to the community and to the users, basically, which I love very much, and it's a nice thing. Anyways, I don't want to talk more about this. I have how do you say, featured this a lot on my channel because I believe this is a very nice solution to all the problems we're having lately with all these tech monopolies and this business model of just collecting private data and selling them on a advertisement market, or advertisement markets which are just, you know, just not working really well. Anyway, okay, what's up? So we got hello from a very vet Leeds UK, impressive, serious and expert card taking. Martin Circus skills workshops, right? Awesome, Leeds UK. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're tuning in. Level coverage said you were right to feel triggered. Yeah, but at this point, you know, I'm just I'm okay. I'm just happy I'm still on YouTube, and maybe let me point this out at this moment here. It is really the support I get by the community that is just building around or with the development of this very channel. The guys meet, or we meet on Discord mainly, but also there is a little bit happening on my Patreon side, where I don't know, right now it's 18 folks supporting me there with a pledge, and this kept me going for over a year now, and it's great, and it's a lot of fun after this two really exhausting years on YouTube from a super small content creator point of view. Absolutely right about the ads. Apply some pressure. Right, wait for what I don't know. I just keep you there. I mean, you're just now part of the show, okay? And Dallas Taylor is already going. Oh boy! And then we got Yosh for first time showing up here. Hey Yosh, hope you're doing well. We're getting started here right now. Yeah. So before we go, go to a little bit of practice and talking about practice here, what Dallas Taylor shows very well. Here is Maximax, who shared a tutorial on how to split cards on our Discord server.
Apply some
but now,
pressure.
wait for it. Now you're applying a lot of pressure here. So we got here in the first chapter, or in the first paragraph here, peeling cards, right? Peeling cards and making double-faced cards. Now, I'm not going to read any of this. This is... it's good to know if you never thought about it, but you absolutely can manipulate playing cards in the way they are built, right? And peel off the sides if you know how they are built. Probably there are many different techniques, and you got to work your way to the best technique that works best for you. And when you peel them off, of course, then you can make double backers or whatever. Basically, building your own gimmicks, right? That's what this is all about. And just for the fun of it, let's see here. And this video has been uploaded in July 2019. Card splitting, a quick introduction with 248 views. I just want to, first of all, I give this a like, and I'm not subscribed to Max. We got 7 subscribers here. Give him a subscribe, and let's take a look, short look into this.
Okay, guys, it's a quick demo about card splitting. First thing that needs to be said is what most people know about card splitting is actually wrong. Most people think cards are made from 1 thick piece and 2 thin pieces. They're actually made from 2 thin pieces, but the glue in the middle is so...
I gotta stop this here. Like, we gotta look at this, guys. We got a full throttle magician going here. We got rubber bands. We got all these stuff and the cards and whatnot, and very lovely T-shirt. Love this very much. The whole setting. And everybody who's into card magic and magic knows we all got our, like our nerd area, which probably looks something like this.
Wrong. When you split a card, you're actually ripping down the middle of a piece of card rather than separating them out.
Okay.
But anyway, that's the piece of it.
By the way, guys, you get your cards out because I said this is going to be super casual. I'm gonna show you. I've set material for you. You just get your cards out and you just practice your thing, right? You make it quality times for yourself. Whatever is happening here, you just enjoy, right?
A lot of people start doing that.
Oh, right.
To start the thing. What I prefer to do is actually just to pinch it and rock it back and forward like that with my thumb. Okay.
So the technique is to hit this to hit the card with the corner on the table, probably. I believe they just write it like this in the book. This is, by the way, the most annoying thing. Now I'm just gonna give this a try here a little bit. No, I don't think so. Maybe I would try to even put them into water and try to or maybe that's not a good idea. I don't know. I never did this. I'm gonna tell you in a second why I don't care at all, actually. But this is the most frustrating thing when you have a brand new deck of cards and then it's just drops and then all the cards hit the floor on the corner. It's like there goes the fresh feeling of the cards. That's it, and it's like very painful, very painful.
Will do. To start the corner, is tap it like that on a...
Just skipping.
As you can see, that will...
Look, he's getting this... But dude, look at these fingernails this dude got. That's like vampire shit. Okay, he's doing this dry.
Now, we've got a thin bit.
Okay.
And a thick...
Let's see where he's getting... Okay, you got it much better.
See, it comes off quite easy.
So I'm skipping through this here right now. Just to get an idea.
Roll it over an edge to get it.
I never did this. I never did this in my life. Right. By the way, this rolling the cards over the edges of a table or any other surface is like I know this technique if you wanna get into card manipulation, like vanishing cards, like this, something like this, and producing cards and multiple card production. There are of course cards for this purpose out there, but you can really soften those cards if you use certain tech. If you spend a little time, they become super soft, and then all these card manipulation stuff becomes much easier. I mean, like as easy as it can become, because that is, this is the specific field in card magic. You don't need to necessarily go for, right?
Both sides.
Okay.
Yeah, up to a like that.
So that's the product. This is something. What was he showing us here? Right. This glue, some kind of rubber cement. That was a funny thing. I was thinking about let's turn the music back on here. Well, you get the idea. I mean, as I said, the link is in the info box down below if you want to watch the whole video, or you find it in our Discord. They talking here about some older products. I don't know, he like watercolor in the silver shade is supplied for a few cents by dealers in artist supplies, makes an excellent dub and is used by many professional gamblers. Some of them use it unknowingly since this product is sold by one of the leading purveyors of gamblers suppliers for $2.50. It is, however, neatly repacked. You know, this is the good old thing. If you go to specific magic shops, you get, I don't know, repacked baby powder, and you pay a much higher price. If you buy the special spray for making your own invisible deck, you know, you're just using matte lac you get in every workshop shop. I don't know how these places are called in English. And then every country, every region probably has their own glue or rubber cement or stuff that works better than the other. And so this is the whole realm of, you know, of how you say this in English. Gotta look this up. Busting, crafting, handicrafts work. You know, building and making your own stuff. And, you know, I am...
Apply some pressure.
Apply some pressure. And, you know, we are privileged in a way of that we are living in a time and an age where we get, for a decent price, pretty much everything we need. Also, or especially when we're talking gaff cards and... special decks, you know, gaff decks, trick decks, and so on. So I really feel everybody who's just enjoying themselves, you know, building their own stuff and doing their own things. But I'm, as you guys know, I'm a very practical dude. So I, you know, if you're not totally on a budget, you know, I would rather, you know, pay the $8 or $12 a gaff, or maybe less even, depending on the company. The gaff deck costs to get my double backers or my double face cards before I spend all this time making my own, you know. Let me show you something here. Because you guys were talking about in Discord about playing cards, right? And you were discussing about the Copex. Where's my Copex? I just, by the way, before I went live, I just tossed a glass of water over a brand new, just opened Copex 310. And of course completely ruined the cards, and it's, you know, it's not gonna ruin me financially, but it's always such a painful, it's always like, oh, what, no. So, and there was a discussion on our Discord and the channel where you guys talking about the feel of the cards, and you kind of talking that they are thicker than other cards, and that they, after the first production line, they have been bringing out a thin line of the same cards. And I was quite excited when I heard about it, because this was just also the one criticism I had with these cards, and it's not really a criticism in the sense of they handle really well. They and I just made a whole video on the cards you want to use in Magic, right? And the durability is insane. Those are really cards for working card Magic, but they always felt like much thicker, you know, like at just 52 cards. It felt so much thicker than compared with a beast or the bicycles. And I was, you know, and this was like, you know, it does not really take away from the cards. because if you have a proper, if you know a proper handling of cards, if you have your experience with different decks and cards, this shouldn't, you know, rock your boat. This shouldn't, you know, set you off. But still, I will try to lay my hands on a thin line of those just to get it, because then this might be the really the perfect deck of cards. But just please know, they are, because they are so goddamn ugly. The back design is ugly. The face cards are ugly. The Joker is such an ugly Joker. This is a deck of cards. If somebody pulled this out, I don't know, at a bar or something, and pretending that he forgot the cards, it goes like, hey, to the bartender, you got some cards here around, and then you, yeah, there in this corner, where there, and then bring out these cards. I would totally buy this. This is just a deck that's just bought in the corner store by some dude and then just placed there at the bar, and that's where it's lying for years, and now somebody is performing some card magic with it, right? It just looks like there is nothing. This deck is just unsuspicious, right? But they, of course, deliver, because those cards are designed probably for all this purpose, and also this is the marketing strategy. Look what we got here. I got a gaff. I didn't even unpack this. I don't even know what gaffs are in there. Yeah, well, no, it's even told in the back. We got 8 blank faces, 4 blank cards, 2 reveals, 15 double faces, 8 blank backs, 5 split faces, 14 double backers. So there's a lot of magic in this deck, and probably I don't know what the price point of this is, but it's not too much. Of course, we got a Svengali here, we got a stripper here, right? Let me show you all these beauties here. To show you some magic here. Got a 6-pack. Never used this. I just picked this up in Spain. Never even bothered. But you know, if you're passionate in card magic, whenever there's kind of a special deck, I want to see it. I just want to see the work. And this is a tool, you know, David Stone. What we got here, I don't even know. This is a stripper. No, this is also Svengali. And this is the whole deck. It's a very nice trick. Very beautiful. And I also didn't even bother opening this sucker. I just picked it up. I don't know where, you know. Just by the time, a classic, right? I got John Bannon's Strangers Gallery here. That is just how it comes, you know. Just that you see, good old magic product. It is a beast. It is one of the most powerful routines I've come across. It's so much fun to practice, and it just throws everybody off. And all of this, what I just showed you, is just not breaking anybody's how you say, portemonnaie, purse. And everything's produced in high quality. All right? So we're living in extremely privileged times. Now the question is, do you need so much material? Why do I have this? Because I don't use this on a regular basis, right? Or I could. But that is a completely different question, right? It's just great to live in a time where you can, without, you know, without ruining yourself financially, get high quality playing cards, and really get a lot of working material at your hands. It's amazing. I'm so excited about these times. You know, when I read this, there were other times where you would really have to, where those products would be much more expensive, I wonder, and they wouldn't be produced on a mass scale by that time. And then, of course, you had to, you know, knowing how to do this, knowing what Maximax shows here very passionately and very calmly how to do this, you know. That was a very exclusive knowledge, probably, you know, because that's the crazy thing about all of those things, you know, all about this miscellaneous stuff we read about here. It is when you get confronted, when somebody shows it to you, you're gonna be like, yeah, of course, this is. But to figure this out yourself, it's just to get the idea, to walk through all the pain, you know, to get it working. Because if you try this for the first time, you're gonna ruin it. You need, I don't know how many times you need, and then you have to bring it back together so that it really looks nice and shiny. That's a lot of freaking work. And so why would you want to do this? Why would you want to go through all the trouble? You need to have a vision, right? And then you have to be out there performing, so that you have to go through the process over and over again, you know. So and today there are so many people interested in the art form, and we got all this awesome material. It's great. This is just what excites me totally, and as you know, guys, I'm also excited about the historical aspect. So that you read the book here from 80 years ago, and was when was it published? It's 1940, right? 1940? Yeah. And then you kind of get a feel for the evolution of the whole thing, and it's just I think this is just thrilling, right? Let's see what you're up in the comments. Greeting YouTube and the rest of chat. Hope everyone's been having fun with cards. YouTube, hey, OTHMARiUS, been watching you for a while now. Gonna try to get more of the live streams. Awesome. Patrick Showers knows, I was reading a trick the other day and called for me to spin the deck and the pack would face a different direction, but wasn't sure what cards they even make like that. I was reading a trick the other day and called for me to spin the deck and the back would face a different direction, but wasn't sure. Was reading old basic cards. You mean there are these? Oh, how is this called? Yes, of course. You have a back design where, if you mean that, where it doesn't matter in what direction the cards pointing, and then you can see it, and then there are back designs like where the way the card lies in the deck is indicated, which enables some effects, which ruins some effects, and so on. You mean that? Talk about that? Whole world of mark deck I didn't talk about. Your marking systems, you know. Now you will find a variety. Probably they have a Copax has a mark deck or bicycles. There are different mark decks on the market probably, and but of course there are systems how to mark your own cards, and you probably will find ancient literature about how to make this with the ink so that it doesn't look. And I know also of marking systems during the session. So, you want to mark that way, you want to mark cards, and then we're getting at the area of crimping cards, crumping cards, or marking cards. All these are techniques, but once again, why would I bother spending my time with it? Except I have an historical interest in this, because I just can buy a working thing and then I just can do my thing, right? It's just once again, it just depends on your take, where you want to go with it, where you want to fly with it. No, I just I don't know if I buy it, just following the advice of the Professor Di Vernon. Red is the color to go for performing magic, I believe so, yeah, instead of blue. I don't know how this happened that I got this in red. I just wanted to I just bought a prick, and then I bought a gaff deck with it, just to see what the quality is, just to see. But yeah, you never know, because of course, when I go out or when I set something up, I want to have some blank cards, I want to have some double backs. But do they come with blanks, by the way? And with doubles anyway? I forgot. I believe so. Do they? Don't they? Yeah, they come with a double and with a blank. Anyway. By the way, talking about all these tricks and stuff. There is, I believe, a next session, and this is not trying to end this right now, but it just kind of makes sense for me saying this. We are going into tricks. I just had my share to go from one sleight of hand move to the other sleight of hand move. And I believe at the point where we're at, we all have enough material at our table. And I would like for the rest of the year, on the basis of this book, of course, and also in integration with what we learned last year in the Royal Road to Card Magic, like, I can focus on tricks and trying to, you know, focus more on learning some fine tricks, implementing some techniques and some tricks, figuring out how you could do or modify or vary certain effects or certain tricks we are presented here with, so that we actually have a use case, that we're building use case scenarios for the techniques, for the amazing sleight of hand techniques we've learned this year, walking through this book, right? I just, you know, just a few where you say, like, if having this in your repertoire might be a game changer, but for now we don't have really use case scenarios, and I think it's just the right way to head more into this direction. What do you guys? What do you say, guys? Oh yes, this is another really nice
Apply some pressure.
nice example with using those kind of why isn't it? Wait, as you see this here in the small one, this kind of, oh, this is a nice picture. You see this matchbox. Those ancient, I haven't seen a matchbox like this for ages, but used them as a card stand. I thought this was once again like kind of this ancient touch with this chapter. It's like, yeah, it's a great idea, you know. And once again, it's so simple, but I believe they even make the suggestion you can integrate like a little bit a small appearance and reappearance, or appearance and vanish routine with those matchboxes, and then you use them as a card stand for a routine where you might need it, right? Wonderful. Smoking is not so hip anymore, so I guess matchbox magic and cigarette magic is going to become a special field for the historical nerds in magic. But who knows? We already have it. Can you see this? I'm just working to get this sucker invisible also, and then I got my invisible fog machine. You know, how do you say this? Wave magic. Just a nice little thing here. All right, we are at the card table, so let's see the easy and effective the Chalier shuffle, right? Let's just take a look. Easy and false shuffle is designed to keep the whole deck in a pre-arranged order, right? Nice, you know. The deck is held in the left hand between the thumb, which rests on top, and the tips of the fingers, which are curled in against the face of the bottom card, figure 1. Like this. We're holding cards like this, right? Like this. So we're holding cards like this. Several cards are pushed off with the left thumb, are taken in the right hand. Then the left. That's so. We take a bunch of cards like this. Then, well, not that was too many. Just a bunch, like a bit. Then the left fingers push a small package from the bottom onto the top of those cards. So we take now a bunch from the bottom, right? And then the next left thumb pushes off several cards from the top to back, and these are taken by the right hand fingers under the right hand portion. Again, the left fingers push some from the bottom on the top, from the top to the bottom, and from the bottom to the top, and there you go. The shuffle leaves the pack in the same condition as if it had received a single complete card. The sleight is all the more deceptive if it's done rather roughly or sloppily. In fact, it is sometimes referred to as the slop shuffle, right? I know it also as the sloppy shuffle. When it's necessary to bring the whole pack back to the same order, the simplest method is this. Hold the pack in the left hand and ruffle the inner left corner upwards with the right thumb. The right forefinger pressing down rather strongly at the middle of the inner end, thus making a bridge at this end. Make the shuffle twice and cut at the bridge and the whole pack is back in its original order. Make the right thumb. Oh, right, we got. No, what the heck? I just didn't read this in the first time. So we're getting here a complete false shuffle. Ah, now you know, with a cut, we do change the position of the cards in the pack at the point where we cut them, right? But we do not interfere with the general order if you lay them out in a circle, right? So one cut does nothing to the order of the cards, which is one of those secrets. It's you can scream this in the face of people, they don't get it anyway. I love this so much. It's so beautiful. The right thumb finds the bridge automatically in making the cut, and the left hand takes out the bend in squaring the cards. When it's necessary to bring the whole pack back in the same order, the simplest method is this. Hold the pack in the left hand and ruffle the inner left corner upwards with the right thumb, right? Hold the right pack in the left hand. Middle of the inner end. Right, so I'm just doing a ruffle, and here I just give them a super bend, creating a gap, right? Where you were. That's what I want. Now, I make the shuffle. What was it? I'm so stupid. So, from down to the top, from top to the down, from down to the top, from top to the down, from top to the down. Now, when I now feel this bridge, this break I made here, I just undercut it to the top, and the cards are in the same freaking order. That's it. That's how you do this, right? So it's just, of course, happening here on the cover of Misdirection, ruffle, bending the cards, getting your break, all right? Nice. Doobie-doobie-doobie-doobie-doo. But, of course, you don't need to bring this back complete into order. You just can use this like this. And you know, with a shuffle like that, when you have a mesmerized deck, boom, 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 boom. There's a pretty nice transposition trick, and I'm curious about. It involves the use of a crimp, though, and I'm kind of struggling with handling the crimp cleanly. Welcome to the club. Crimps are extremely effective. But I'm one of those guys. My soul crimps when I crimp a card. You gotta get used to this rough approach. It's kind of, you know, now it sounds super crazy like saying this, but it's like kind of a spirit thing. You just gotta let the crimp go. You just gotta crimp it and just let it go. And just do it on, just become its own reality. And then you just trust that it works, then you do that. And if you once get over this barrier, this shit's very powerful. But I'm always like, you know? I want to keep the cards under control with me, right? And when I hand them out, I usually keep what I need, you know. By the way, little candy here for you guys. I just accidentally found a video by this guy, Samtime. I don't know if you know Samtime, but Samtime is having a nice YouTube channel with nowadays 237k subs, and he's doing parody stuff. He's doing tech parody, and you know, it's a lovely channel I've been following for a while to see this guy putting a lot of effort in there, writing his own jokes, you know, building his show, and it's growing and it's getting better and better with every month. And I just realized that this guy in 2015 did a stupid how to do card trick video, and actually his performance is quite funky. And I just want to, as like kind of a little, thing I found. This is how easy magic can be and how much fun it can be, right? And the guy, and here you see how important this guy is. Far away from being a sleight of hand artist or something. He's more the comedy type, and you will find how important the presentation is, and he's doing everything right. Actually, it's a really good performance, and the tutorial, the way it's done, it also comes with a tutorial. Actually, it's really fun. It's really good. Link in the info box, right? And I'm going to link this also on our Discord channel. Really cool. Really cool. Martin Circus Skills workshops, right? There's a great version of the Danbury delusion. Yes, the Danbury delusion is the one trick I would also, I just want to choose out of this book. I agree there, 100%. Maybe there's something similar. No. The Danbury delusion is not in Royal Road to Card Magic. It is in Expert Card Technique. Why is the Danbury delusion also in Royal Road to Card Magic? Are you? No. Really? No. Okay. Martin Circus, if you could share the info on which page the Danbury delusion is in a Royal Road to Card Magic. I know it is in Expert Card Technique. I can tell you which page because I Danbury delusion. Yeah, maybe we're gonna talk about this, but it's not in. It's in Discoveries. Actually, we've been through the chapter already. Yeah, it is there. It's on Danbury delusion, which is found by Charles Miller on page 319. This is comes with this beautiful little thingy here where you have a spectator select a card, by maybe you have them shuffle the cards. A card lies on top of the deck. Maybe it really doesn't matter which card. Is 7 of diamonds, and then the 7 of diamonds goes into the deck just like that. Bang! There you go. That's what you do. And obviously, when you did that, the card is not on the top. We got the 8 of clubs here, and we got the 10 of clubs here. Oh, it was the 8 of spades, and that just flashed a little bit, but it doesn't matter. And then abracadabra, the 7 of diamonds comes back to the top, right? It's really a nice and powerful technique. However, in the Danbury delusion, this technique is completely embedded in a very nice trick. Yeah. Let's try this again here. See if I can make this happen. 7 of diamonds, no, 8, and then maybe like this, maybe like a little color changing power routine here. Bang! There comes the 7 of diamonds. Nice. Yeah. So then there was another thing I wanted to share with you guys, and that's the card to pocket. It doesn't really matter now here. The one thing that popped out here was too often spectators fail to understand the instructions as to the nature of the count in which they note the number at which a card lies from the top of the pack. Doesn't matter. It's a trick where the performer gives instructions to the audience. Now, it's one of the single most important thing whenever you do work with hand something over to your audience, which you want to do because you want to get them engaged, you want to have them experience or feel the magic. You need to give clear instruction. And once again, it was here on Discord, on our Discord page. Who shared this? Somebody shared. I believe it was in Tricks and Performances. Yes, Dallas Taylor again shared here a performance by David Blaine. It's once again, we talked about this also in one of the other live sessions. Cards across, 3 cards across, right? Fantastic performance there with the Jimmy Fallon show or something. Now this is a interview, I don't know, from a Scandinavian or whatever talk show it is, and when I watched this, I thought it's amazing how well and precise how much precision there is in the instructions David Blaine gives, and those are the same instructions he gives on the Jimmy Fallon show. And what struck me there is that those instructions, they were built in the whole interaction with the audience, so it appears to be completely happening out of the interaction, but it's actually set up in the way so that the instructions are just spot on, just like that, right? Because of course, if you give those instructions and they appear to be too strict, of course, then people would think, yeah, and they might even get into this vibes where it's maybe I do it a little different. Does the trick then still work? You just don't want to have to. So you want to give clear instructions, but they need to occur natural, really, really natural. It was just something came to my mind when I read this paragraph here. I was thinking and sharing with you guys. What the heck is the Kaufmann card stand? What the heck is the Kaufmann card stand, guys? Once again, we got this ancient touch here, this history vibes. If I got this correctly, maybe I totally misread this, but it was just like a kind of a display for poker hands, so that people more in the back could see the amazing powers of card manipulation the performer just performed for the first 2 rows or what. And so this is a construction plan to building your own display, right? Am I correct here? Because I was, what kind of trick is this? How do they mean it? How do I put the card? No, it's just a display. Right? Am I right, or am I losing it here completely? Yes, the design for laughter. Okay, we talked about. I have to check out and why the Danbury delusion and design for laughter is something you guys think is similar. I don't know right now. Maybe we just talk about this next live stream. And then that says it's much more accessible for noobs like me rather than Danbury delusion. Yeah, well, but the Danbury delusion comes a second deal. But let's talk about this also in a second. I read through Danbury delusion and hope to learn it one day. Yes, I mean there are those just 2 techniques that you just need to master. And they are not so. The glide, right? That trick is pretty easy. But here's the thing. This other thing in this chapter, it is. A second deal 8. Okay, this is second deal. Apply a small quantity of roughening fluid to the ball of the right thumb. It will be found that the abrasive action of the thumb against the card in the strike method of second dealing is greatly increased thereby, and this aids greatly in expediting the withdrawal of the second card. Right. So I think this is not good advice. So what we're talking about, and I guess when they're talking about the base of the thumb, they mean this base here, right? So second deal. Now, there's a tutorial up and running on my channel, and it's just on one of the latest uploads, and you also find it in the tutorial series on table work, basics of table work, proper table card dealing techniques. So this is the first version where we swing down like this, and for the strike deal, obviously our thumb hits here on top of the second card to deal down the second card, right? There's not much more to it, and through a constant flow and the tilt of the wrist, you cover this action, and you will create the illusion of dealing the card from the top. Now, they say to get a little bit of fluid. What would they say? Roughening fluid, kind of glue stick here, so that it's easier to pick the card away. Now, I'm not a fan. I have no heart for powdering, for you know, there are certain tricks where you want to have a little bit of this shit to pick something up like this. But even that is just, I'm not that type of guy, you know, because I don't believe in it. Doesn't matter. Maybe I will change my mind one day. Now, the thing is, just for this technique here, just a little tip here. How many folks are watching? I don't want to. Well, we got 15 people, like our small, cozy community here. So, and I'm going here on the clean thing. So we're in this situation now. This is completely exposed, right? Now, the trick here is to apply enough pressure onto the card to pull it to the side. But when you pull too much pressure, bring too less pressure, you don't get really hold of the card and you glide away over it. And the pressure needs to be as light as possible in order to get hold of the card. But as you can see, I easily pull other cards with me and I want to come back into this position. So the whole thing gets super messy, right? When I put too much pressure, if I put too little pressure, I don't get hold of the card. That's a problem they are dealing here with. Now, because of the proper handling I'm teaching in this tutorial, and those are these subtleties I've been talking about, and don't you panic, guys. This shit comes with time and with just, you know, being, you know, gaining more and more awareness about what is actually happening. It's the tip of the index finger that makes this the strike that changes your learning curve of the strike double lift double deal, the second deal. I'm sorry, guys. So what you want to have the tip of the second finger protruding so much that you can glide the top card over it, and even if you apply immense pressure, and I'm pushing really hard down here right now, but the tip protrudes enough over the card underneath it that it cannot be carried away. And if you give this a try, you will find that you can, with just like this is really micro positioning of the tip of the finger, that you can, and this finger of course needs to move with the cards that are melting. You will find that you easily can speed things up here, because because you can bring enough pressure onto the card without worrying carrying other cards away. Right? This is a super little nuance I wanted to share with you guys, because you are hardcore supporting me, and I'm super proud and super excited working all on these things with you together. For the strike second deal, that is the major issue, the major key. If you once figured this out, the proper grip, the tip of the second finger as a blocker for the card, for the third card from the top, because you push the top to the side, right? You push the top to the side. You need to block the third card with the second finger, and the top card you push over there. Give it a try. You will find that it changes. Then it's just a little bit. If you've been dealing in the proper technique, it's just a minor variation of the positioning of the thumb.
Apply some pressure.
And your fingers. Of course, now your fingers don't come here with the second. So your fingers they just rest over them other fingers. A thumb is the only one who gets the sucker out. And as soon as you got the new space of the card, of course you come. So that is your dealing. And then you see that the normal dealing and the second dealing almost don't differ from one another. So that's the first thing. If you want to go for, if you're going to Danbury Delusion, now you know it. You can prep yourself up. You have already practiced to properly deal. Now you can master the second deal with ease, Dallas, and then you got the hardest part for the Danbury Delusion, right? Catching a triple break at the bottom and then getting this motion. But this is also something that you it won't break your fingers, right? And it's just this this little bit of practice. 1, 2, 3, cut the fingers. Now don't worry about cleanness of execution. Just cut out 3 cards from the down. 1, 2, 3. Catch the break. Swing cut. Show a card and learn to throw those cards on top so that it looks like they ended up with this and the second year. Just practice this. Why would you practice this? Why would you need because of a beautiful trick like that. There you go. There you go. I'm really excited to get into this material. To bring all the effort we put into this together already over almost 2 years, like to have it melt into this, into magic. It's gonna be epic. It's gonna be super awesome. So Dallas Taylor writes, I'm working on regular dealing daily right now, preparing for the second deal practice. Wonderful. Let's take a look at your practice as we're just getting here on this.
Apply some pressure.
There we are. So this is the video. Wait, let's turn this off here. And I'm gonna use the music you choose was super awesome. I hope this video doesn't get copyright strike because of that, but I don't care because I just want to share what you shared. And so everybody, this is now Dallas Taylor is an odd maniac supporting me with a pledge on Patreon. Is super engaged with the channel, also super helpful and friendly on our Discord channel, and he's really passionate about card magic. And I see he's using some Copex there. I didn't see this before. Now this is a practice routine. Where he just practiced to control a card to a certain position, I don't know, 21st or something, and going through some shuffling and cutting, and then just dealing the cards down. So a very fundamental practice. It's not a trick, it's not a performance or something, it's just a practice routine, okay? And I just wanna watch this together. I enjoyed this immensely. Now, of course, the angle here again is brutal, but if in this case, it's an angle that really helps going it. And dude, man, your hands are just you got super. When I see the super long fingers, right? I envy you because I got this little stumpies here, and this anyway. And we got this Chinese music going on. So, first things first. We had this card presentation here. Also, I believe in expert card technique. Wonderful. Also, practicing something like this is just reasonable. It's beautiful. I like this from the very beginning. Like you got this very conscious approach to the audience there where the camera is. This is this card here, that's what it's about. And with the music it fits very well. Just to see, I see so many times people practicing to just take your time. You start slow, and from slow you go fast if you need it at all, right? So from right from there it's the right vibes going on, huh? Gotta stop you right now. Timing is good. I like how you goes now. I say who was, so this is here on YouTube. Dallas Taylor shared this on our Discord, and then you got some compliments here, and I love what Hugard and Braue write. As a musician, I saw some dodgy stuff, but I couldn't follow it. I love this. So this is the most dangerous dodgy stuff that can be. That somebody sees something is going on and believes now he knows what it is, even if he can't follow it, right? And of course, the angle here is counterproductive. And it might people say, "Oh, I see your brake flashing," but this is the angle. Now imagine you have this from another angle. Imagine you have a performer engaged with your audience and he's casually cutting super loose and lightly. This already works, right? Believe me or not. So I just wanted to point this out. Do not think that something like this needs to be clean from all angles, right? The main objective is that the performance pace is equal to the the attention center points. You know, if you go in a whole emotion super fast to attention, you need a certain pace to follow along with. If you are in a super relaxed thing and you're listening to somebody, you can cut the cuts very easy. So also this comes into a whole, their whole body gets involved into this thing. And the handling here already shows a very, very conscious control over what is going on. And I like that. Dude, I need to try this music. This is super fun to listen to this music, and I never made this connection. This Chinese music, ancient new Chinese music with cards is just like melting my brain. It's so funny. No, I reckon you just learned the up the ladder, right? The handling is superb. Like, look, the handling of the fingers, everything is where it needs to be. The execution is really accurate, and he just takes care of that. It's where it is, and then the rest is just a practice time to speed things up a little bit. And once again, when you do something like this, you don't want to become focused on the cards, right? Now, this is a practice session recorded for reflecting on a practice session and just enjoying yourself doing the practice. So this is absolutely, this is how you go and get into the right direction. I just wonderful. I love this very much. And somebody also asked if it is more difficult to do it on a flat table surface, right? So cut position 21, right? Yeah, there it's 21. Congratulations, mate. Wonderful. You know, after, and you know, it is of course something you will not you will how do I want to say, this is more difficult what you just saw to achieve than you might believe, because there are several up the ladder cuts, there's several breaks catching, several undercuts, shuffling, running the stalk, catching in jogging, catching a break, throwing up, and throughout the whole routine, there are a lot of chances to fuck it up, you know. And maybe this is a general practice tip, which I don't know, when I just realized this is like, if you practice false cutting or false shuffling, do not look after every cut you do, after every cut or shuffling you do. Did I keep the aces on top? You waste so much time. It really doesn't matter, because you at a point, because you are practicing to gain a control so that you can be sure without thinking about it that it's there. So you just practice this. You just, and even if you fail one or two times in between, or even more times, it doesn't matter, because you will repeat it so many times again and again, right? So, for example, when I am practicing,
Apply some pressure.
when I'm practicing like this, a slip cut, right? To keep the card, of course, on top, and then I throw them all up, and I cut them like this, you know. I don't care if I got the card here on top right now or not, because I've got to go through the same any routine anyway when I practice this, and I know where my keys are. Right, so my key is here. So now I know I carried it away from the top anyway, and you get a feel for this, and then you just want to you don't want to, you know, practice. That's what I want to say. You don't want to practice in a manner so that you try to keep the card in position under any circumstances and block yourself in the way. You know, you want to emphasize the casual, smooth flow of the motions, right? In the pace you can do it at the time, to a pace that is what is needed in a performance situation. Then overdo it to speed it out and bring it back then a little bit, so that in the performance, because you don't want to be at your limit with the performance speed, right? Obviously, right? And at a certain point, it works. It comes. It's just working there, right? For example, for the longest time, I've been here. This is the strip out or push through cut. There, I almost feel it sometimes when I'm just messing it up. Doesn't matter. I don't check this now. I just do this until the control comes, you know, until I know I just didn't do it right. I don't do it. Do I care? No. Am I sad? Do I start crying now? What the hell? I need to practice this, right? So I do this again, and then I try to figure out what's the problem. Why am I picking up here the top cards? They're not supposed to go with me. What am I doing? So you go a little slower. You just go and you give it a try. That didn't work at all, and then try to figure out what is the specific stuff. And we're talking once again about the super subtle things, and then you work your way up, you know, and then of course you realize that to that shuffling, super relaxed, over and shuffle, talking with people and keeping a bottom or top stock intact is can be a pain in the ass. Just like with culling, last time we talked about the culling technique, and I just made a little bit of progress, but I was also in the situation here, so I got to get into this mood motion where I lightly tip with my thumb here, and when I do this, I pull all those finger in to pull the card in, right? That's what I need to do. So we're talking about the 10 of diamonds here, right? 10 of diamonds. And then I just go. I don't care. I don't look. Do I get it? I just do this 100,000, a million times. You know, before I even start thinking a little bit how to make this look shiny, right? Because there are these different techniques where you can show the card like this, and then you throw it down like this, right? And from there you then need to do this. So I can't. I don't have this pulling down where I want to have it. But before that, I don't care about making it shiny. It's just repetition of the same motion. Because what at the end, I'm always want to be in the moment where after showing the card, I'm just closing the freaking spread, right? Queen of Hearts, didn't get it. So what do I care? I just keep on going, you know? So what we got here, 7 of Clubs, didn't get it. So what is the problem? And I'm realizing if I bring pressure on too many cards, that's counterproductive to the pulling inwards motion. So it's just 1 or 2 cards lightly clipped in, and now I'm unable to push this card down. That's it. So how do I get into this position best? And then you figure it out, and then it works all of a sudden. It becomes easier and easier, right? So I'm now I've got too many here. Again, let's see if I get the Jack of Clubs at the bottom, and I'm just dealing the Jack of Clubs now to the 4th position. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I flash? Probably. and then you start connecting pieces. What can I do with this? And this is the practice time. It's like a study laboratorium. You know, just going through all of this. It is fun. It is really extremely fun to do. Up to a certain point, of course, when you reach the 90%, and then the last 10% take half of the time. You're like, what? So let's turn the music back on again. Okay, we go to card splitting. The same time we talked about the practice. Okay, we got a lot of stuff going on. This is really nice. Okay, now like how do you do a deck switch without doing a deck switch? I haven't read from the chapter at all, but just let's do this here right there. On those occasions when the conjurer is doing impromptu work with his own cards, it is good practice to use 2 packs of cards. Yes, there's a lot of tricks also where you can where you get music was too loud. Sorry. Where you can use 2 decks also to get your crowd involved and so on. And if it is the desire to do setup tricks during the exhibition, an excellent procedure is this: make the setup in one pack, place this pack to one side, and picking up the other pack, use it for other tricks. After an interval, pick up the first pack and perform the trick requiring the setup. The time lag will cause the spectators to forget even an open setup openly arrived at. So you basically have 2 deck of cards and you just switch the cards openly. Everybody's just in the flow anyway. Who cares? So that's really nice. That's really nice. And then of course now, I showed you for a couple of moments ago. I showed you all these beautiful these beautiful trick decks. Now the Svengali, I got your 6-pack. I got the gaff cards. I got a stripper. I got the comic deck. I got the whole deck. I got my invisible deck. I've got what I've got here. I got a tool, right? Now the camera is overheating again. Oh my god. The whole concept of deck switches becomes at a certain point a very important aspect, because if you switch a deck, it's one of the most powerful things you can do. If you can just switch a deck of cards that they have shuffled, that they had in their hands, for a prearranged deck or for a gaff one, it is literally, it's just such a powerful weapon, right? So and this is a oh no, I just mixed all my cards. No, I just now I just don't know where my fucking Svengali deck is. Right? And even something like this is fun, if you have a little routine, and you don't need, the thing is, you don't need to know to do the most elegant deck switch. It's just enough if you say, you're done, you put your cards back in your one side of the pocket, and then you have your Svengali in the other side of the pocket, and then the people say, oh, come on, one trick, or you just cheer them up and say, you know what, I want to do another trick, and you put the other deck on. It's just basically the same thing they wrote in a book, just standing up with having them in the pockets. Now you have performed something where you had the cards in the hands and so on. Now you do something with the Svengali deck. This is literally going to blow people's minds. Like, really, there's like, because you can do an effect which now lies in the deck, but the people just they don't take it because they don't get it, because they believe they had the cards in their hands. They know that you just and that's how you do it. Do not bring out a gaff deck or gaff cards or something too early in the play, or just depend or rely on it, because then people will assume. Because if you can't handle cards, if you're not familiar with cards, if you're not comfortable with cards and everything, that takes time and practice. And you pull off, a Svengali routine. Everybody wants to see the cards. and they will figure it out. Believe me. They were gonna go like this. Let's hear the answer shot. I found it, and then the guy who figured it out is going to be the kingpin of the night, and everybody's going to give them a free drinks, and you're the loser. You know, don't be that guy. And the pros, the guys who really know what they're doing, they bring in the gaffs in a minimalistic way, and just right there where you don't expect them, and then they just fucking blow your mind, and you just, you know, you're gonna be fooled even if you know what they're doing. You're like, how did he do? What was I found myself so many times intrigued by a mysterious slide I thought I saw, and then just to realize that it was, you know, a double backer. And it's the greatest thing when magic buddies, or other magicians ask you if it was a gaff card, or if you're pulling something off they never heard about, never have heard about before, you know. And once again, that is just everything I was saying is just my take on the subject, right? There's so many ways to play it, and the way you feel about it, the way you figure out what's your desire, what you want to do, and then there are, you know, different ways of going there. And then with the cards here, with all these cards that I showed you, I've been so excited because, let me see if I find this right now, because maybe I can give you a tip here you might have missed out on. Aaron Fisher's got a project. I don't know if there's still some available on Kickstarter. Let me see if I find this. And I'm so happy that I just found this. That's great. That's some great stuff. I'm just going right there on Kickstarter. Yes, I found it.
Apply some pressure.
So right here, let me see if there are still. Yes, it's so. I believe the cheapest pledge or support you can do is $12 US, plus, I don't know, depending where you're at, shipping costs. So you get one deck, and you get several bonus material, kind of an online lecture course that comes with it. This is a deck Aaron Fisher worked on with some other folks. They got a team. We got Adam Grace also and Lee Asher in the team. I'm a huge fan of Aaron Fisher's work. The book, The Paper Engine, completely blew my mind as a young card novice, and helped me completely sorting out what I want to become as a card magician and what style I want to perform. And when I heard about this project, I was super excited. So basically, it's a deck of cards that comes with a certain load, and it comes with some online teaching how to use this deck. I was super excited when I heard about it. It's, I don't know, an old design of bicycle cards, and as it seems, they have a kind of special deal with them because they use the bicycle brand box here. They kind of build it up with their community. They have this, how do they call themselves? CC, Conjurers Club, or community, Conjurer community, and I don't know, it's kind of a online course, training program for magicians. I'm totally giving this project here a free shout out. So if you want to lay your hands on some playing cards that will be relatively limited probably, and if you want to get access to some of Aaron Fisher's lectures on these cards, this Kickstarter project is might be something for you. And it blows my mind. They just, I don't know, they wanted to reach 4,235 euro, they say here, and they already with almost 75,000 euro with a Kickstarter project. Are you freaking kidding me? And don't tell me that you cannot make some projects work in a magic community if you just, you know, if you just bring value onto the table, and this is value, and to me, and I'm super excited, because this is just this thing. I don't really care so much about the cards. Of course, I want the cards, and I'm a card nerd, but I'm so much, because I know that there is a specific thinking behind the workings of Aaron Fisher, and I agree with so many things that he said. I've learned so many things just by listening to the guy, and then when you see his workings, when you study his tricks, it's like I just need to know what the thinking behind this is. Why it just not so much to maybe use it one day myself, but probably I will. I don't know, but not so much just to know the tricks. But I know that I will learn because I'm interested in the thinking, in the development of the project. So why did they choose to do it like this rather than this? And this is the study, and basically this is what comes with all of a trick like this. If you go into this and you find something that you like, that grasps your interest, at least use it as something to study. Another thing that I'm completely jazzing around here, it's something what I found, Chris Ramsey said was so I thought this is really clever. He said that when he gets a new trick, he does not read the manual first. He just sees what he got and it tries to figure something out. What he can do with this, and I just love the approach to thinking there, because training your thinking the magic way, how does it work, is also so much of an important aspect to the whole art form, rather than just learning routines, learning tricks, or even only just learning slide after slide after slide without ever getting to use them, right? Anyway, so if you want to check this out, you will find this on Kickstarter, CC Club Playing Cards. The project is called. There is everything written here. I believe it's going to be cool. It's going to be a great deck with a lot of magic in this. I'm super excited. And then I got one more deck to my collection of tricks. I hopefully one day upload here. Slide after slide after slide. What is happening? Right. No, I want to go. I'm clicking the wrong buttons here. Collection to all of my suckers. But I promise you guys. Oh no! Wait a second. I promise you guys, after today's session, I will. My room is a mess. It's freaking crazy. What a mess! How messy my room is right now. I'm gonna clean everything, and then I'm just gonna reset the setup, or rebuild the setup, so that I can shoot some performances. And there is this performance, and that's what got me totally excited. In this deck, they just going to produce, or they already produced this Kickstarter playing cards, where this Aaron Fisher effect called Search and Destroy, and I got a relatively shitty performance up and running on my channel, where 2 cards meld to sandwich the selection in the center of the deck, and it happens kind of visually and very slowly. It's beautiful, and I just created for myself the same effect in a completely sleight of hand version, and I wanted to shoot a performance of this for the longest time, and I saw now they incorporated this in this very deck. So that was the point where I said I just need how to see how they work this out, comparing with what I worked out for myself. Super excited about it, and this I just want to perform this. I want to perform for you guys. I want to perform here, whole deck, beautiful effect, something. If you are somebody who's set up like this, you can use this as an alternative to the invisible deck. Beautiful. And of course, the strangest gallery I've been working on for the longest time. Dallas Taylor asked, what about jogs during the up the ladder? You mean, this? I believe I also mentioned this in the tutorial. Of course, if you
Pressure.
if you can make them small, right? The smaller you get them, the cleaner it looks, of course. But I wouldn't pay too much attention to, you know, getting this super small. I would rather work on a flow, on a constant flow, and a nice, you know, throw of the cards there on top of everything in a nice pace, because laymen don't know the concept of this out jogging, and it's not a magician's fooler anyway. You know, you're not going to Penn and Teller and go like this and say, oh, the 4 aces are on top, and they're not going to be impressed. You know, I mean, they might going to be impressed about the beautiful handling you got there, but this is just not a magician's fooler. And when you just, you know, play this really casual, and you kind of like this, you see, this chaos happens anyway in the eyes. So of course, if you just go like this and very carefully, and then there you go, and then you see, then of course the people will catch up on and will find this suspicious. But this is not how you perform it. You know, bring a little bit of speed in there, and if you have a gap, I wouldn't worry about it. You know, and you also did this in your practice. You combined this with this one, you know, and this already works really nice. Bam, you go, you bring it up to the ladder, just in there, just like that, very casual. Works like how. Now, if it should, I wouldn't worry about it too much. I really wouldn't worry too much about it. Right. And if you know, once again, the up to the ladder is not an easy. The up the ladder is not an easy false cut. It really it's easy to mess the cards up there. So as long as you feel uncomfortable with it, you know, and you get into this motion where you just, you know, have to interrupt everything and totally focus on the cards, you don't need to perform it, right? But as soon as you feel comfortable with it, of course you go. And I wouldn't put this in a situation where everything depends on it, you know. Like, you don't do something like this, which comes with kind of a risk, because you want to play it easy and smooth. You want to put it in the center of all the build-up you do, you know. This something you bring in, you get comfortable with performing at a point where if you fuck it up, it doesn't matter, you know. You just move on. You have been shuffling the cards anyway, you know. That's how I would play it, you know. So now let's talk about this last thing here. Let's talk about the last sucker in the house. This thing about the pass. Where basically I'm just like kind of, you know, summing it up. You're supposed to make the pass in a motion where you just you get your break, and then when you come forward or something, you do the pass and sitting in, or when bring the cards in or something. You know, you want to change seating position. And obviously, this is also one of those tips where this is not, you don't that's the whole body gets involved into the design of your performance. So if you want to give the pass cover on the table with this whole body motion of you know, step her up like this, you got to practice this also, right? And yeah, that's how they roll, and it's how some old school working magicians just do it, seated at a table. With this chance, just want to come back to this beautiful option of the Herman pass, or the turnover pass, in this squaring up motion, where I totally flashed here. Let me work out the camera angle for a little bit, and where I would give this the cover, where I would just go around and just, yeah, I don't know how I do this right now. Maybe I wouldn't do it like this, or I just would give it another misdirection, coming forward, talking to somebody, going like, hello, what do you want? You know, I'm looking at my hands, trying to figure out the camera angle, so I can, with the camera, I can here go, where do I go with the cut bands, and then just like this, you know, this is what I do. So what I do is I get into this, I have the cards, I bring the cards back, and I get into this position to turn them around like this and spread them out, maybe once again, position them here. Say, I got my card already controlled, right? So you guys know I've got the tutorial up and running on the Hermann pass, or the Hermann Volte, the invisible turnover pass. It's the same thing here from the position of the bottom. You tilt the lower portion underneath the brake into the palm of the hand, and then we talked about this. You let it turn over, and this gets you into this position, right? I'm going to hook you up with an in-depth tutorial with nice angles on this one. And this is, for me, at the table, probably the best version to, you know, to do it. I don't have right now. If I wanted to go for a pass at the table, I don't have any use for it. Just as to one slide. It needs this context of the trick where I would practice just how I address my spectator in a moment where I just now my idea of addressing the spectator is looking there into the oblivion, obviously, right? So I because that's the monitor where I try to see if I'm flashing, but I would handle somehow the cards. I would come up and I would square the cards, and at the moment where the attention gets up, this motion would be happening unnoticed thanks to misdirection, and the whole motion would have reason because I'm squaring up the cards, right, and placing them on the table, for example. And it is, once again, the table. I can't tell you, this is so weird when you have your elbows on the corners. Damn it, dang it. Sebastian Hens says already backed this. Awesome. I'm very excited about this. Guys, we are doing this for 1 hour, 41 minutes. Let me see if I missed something in the comments. Dallas Taylor, yes, my hands are abnormally large. Very nice to watch the process. Man, just a quick question. We also talked about this. Yes, seeing the practice process is awesome. Lol. Everybody back this. Thanks for the step. Hi, everybody. And then Ilyal Aslam says hi. I hope you're still with us. And Dallas says very cool. Awesome. Now this was the chapter MiSCELLANY. Next session, I don't even know. It's about self-working tricks. I'm talking a little bit about self-working tricks in general. What does it mean? What does self-working mean anyway, right? And then we gonna maybe you can hook me up in the comments here of this video, or maybe on Discord, if you have any preferences here for the self-working tricks. I believe it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 tricks here in this one chapter, and we should focus on 5 max or 4. So I'm not quite sure. We got do as I do with a new presentation. Maybe we talk a little bit about the old and the new presentation there, and since we already know the trick more or less, and it's a nice trick and to recall. I think this makes sense. Yeah, this is really nice. This is really nice. And then I'm gonna hook you up with what's happening the rest of the year. I'm having a terribly dry throat right now, as you can tell maybe. I've said what I wanted to say today. I had a blast of a time, guys. I hope you too. You know, now it's the final phase of today's live stream. We are up and running for 1 hour, 3 minutes. In about in a couple of minutes, I'm going to close it here for now. Because, yeah, we're good. I think we're good, right? So let me know in the chat. What's up? Who's still with me? We got currently 12 folks watching. Nice. Guys.
Apply some pressure.
A little bit of dealing here. Levkovich writes, thank you. That was fun. I hope so. I had a blast of time, guys. Have a Hui rides by. Thank you. It's always good time with you. Thanks so much, mate. Thanks for the comment. Yeah. Up the ladder. What a nice cut. And don't forget this very, very crucial second dealing technique. No need for glue or moisture at your fingers. It's a balance, a pressure balance thingy. Guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. I had a blast of a time. You know the drill. You keep practicing. You practice well, and it will come to you. And in the meantime, you all rest assured, a more magical stuff is going to be uploaded very, very soon. Until then, take care and stay sane. Ciao ragazzi.
OTHMARiUS Magic. Like and subscribe.